this looks pretty good. The power that petrified everyone. Who is this? Julian Jackson?
Aside from Mike Tyson, do you think maybe Jackson has the most devastating punch in boxing today?
Well, I'm very impressed. He continues to improve more and more, and he's a two-time champion and extremely confident.
Welcome back to Greatest Hits here on BLTV
I thought it was going to
Extra.
be Mike Tyson.
On this series, we look back and break down a legendary boxing career from the past, bringing casual viewers up to speed while simultaneously offering a nostalgia piece for hardcore fans of the sport. On today's video, we turn the clock back to the early 90s and recap, according to many credible journalists and historians, the single greatest one-punch KO artist in the sport's history. A man that entered the ring with ice in his veins and pure, unadulterated power in his fists. One Julian the Hawk Jackson.
Whenever I enter the ring, I feel that I'm not going
This
to
guy
go
got
the
a
distance.
fresh like box top trim. This shit looking clean.
Regardless of what happened, I just feel that the fight will not go the distance.
Regular viewers around here know that we take a lot of care in how we
Sounding
preserve
confident.
and present fights on this series. And for this video in particular, we've worked extra hard on upscaling and restoring heavily compressed material, which is unfortunately the case for much of Jackson's career. It's not perfect, but it's the highest quality footage that has ever been presented since the original broadcast. If
Went
you enjoy the
extra
content
hard with the
around here, a
quality.
thumbs up is always appreciated. Here now, BLTV presents.
It
Julian
is looking
Jackson's
pretty clean.
Greatest
Holy.
Hits.
I'd just like to say to Mike Tyson, man.
Holy, look at that.
Too, you know.
Bro. Damn, that's crazy.
After escaping gang life in his hometown of St.
From,
Thomas
like,
in
that
the
to
U.S.
that?
Virgin Islands,
Bro, that looked
Julian
crazy.
became a devout Christian and channeled his energy into becoming a boxer. Due to most of his early career being on non-televised shows, Jackson's first 30 or so fights remained a mere statistic outside of a few scarce pieces of media.
Jesus.
When he wasn't moonwalking over guys that he just knocked out, Jackson focused on being a more
Hit him
rounded
with the
boxer was
moonwalk, come
apparent.
on, man.
That focus quickly
Straight
shifted
emoting
once he
him.
suffered his
Come
first
on,
defeat to
man.
Mike McCallum in 1986. A controversial second-round stoppage made Julian swear an oath. He would never allow himself to suffer another loss unless the man defeating him had felt and overcome
man
his
got the
truly
Jigga Chad
destructive one-punch
jawline,
power.
too.
Essentially dropping the box and move gimmick to devote himself as a
Man's looking
purebred
like a
power
machine.
puncher. Nothing more, nothing less.
Oh, the hardest punch in junior middleweight today.
He's a junior middleweight. Oh.
November 21st, 1987. With a record of 31 wins, 29 knockouts, and 1 loss, Jackson took on the 41-1 In Chul Beck in what was Beck's second fight outside of his home nation of South Korea.
I'm surprised that guy ate the
It was
first
a
one. That was
sloppier
a pretty
version
big
of
one.
Jackson compared to what the fans were used to, yet his intent to score a knockout in the opening minutes was apparent, with his frantic approach only adding to the excitement.
He is throwing bombs. But this guy's just eating them. Holy jeez! This guy's just eating them though. Jesus. Ooh. There's only so much you can eat though. Like, goodness gracious. That man was throwing bombs.
If he comes out storming, then we're gonna have stormy weather. If he comes out thinking, then I'm gonna have to go through the old chessboard.
Jackson made his first title
What is
defense
going on
against
with
the
his face? Holy, that just like tripped me out.
Thinking,
I thought I was having like a bad trip. What the?
he comes out
Jesus.
thinking, then I'm gonna have to go through the old chessboard.
Jackson made his first title defense against the former IBF champ and evidently cocksure Moses Buster Drayton. Drayton was an aging fighter, but more than capable of drowning untried challengers with his vast experience.
Drayton fights by his own book, I guess you'd call it. He's liable to do anything in there. To the side of which
Sound
direction is coming at you from. Good work inside by the champion Jacksons. Under a minute to go, round 3. Heavy punch to the body by Jackson.
Man, this like fight looks so like airbrushed. It's kind of weird. The footage looks so like clean, like too clean. Oh my, like too clean in a way.
Drayton dropped like a tree.
The
And that
sweat is like a
became
mat
Jackson's
instead
trademark
of
move,
glistening.
pointing to the exact spot his opponents would drop after landing his finishing blow.
Bring all of them. Get in line because Julian Jackson is ready, and I'm ready to put St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, St. Croix, St. John on the map.
That body shot brought him low. Sound like a big smack.
And you're trying too hard. You step in with that jab and you'll get everything done that you want to do, right or wrong.
As he often did, Jackson came out unleashing a vigorous assault to the body, softening and catching DeJesus off guard when he eventually switched things up top.
Oh, goodness.
Whenever I hit my opponent and I knew that I caught him right, I would just walk away because I feel a shock all the way up to my elbow.
It hits him with the walk away.
And whenever I feel that shock, I know it's over.
That is pretty cold.
Julian Jackson, Terry Norris is coming to get you.
Jackson stepped up to big-time boxing on July 30th, 1989, defending his world title against the future Hall of Fame speed demon, terrible Terry Norris.
Middleweight title, Julian Jackson. He had talked about doing some work to the body early, but it's been upstairs so far.
This guy's coming
Terry
back
Norris,
with some
rather
bombs.
exciting combinations. Brilliant hand speed.
Maybe
Norris.
first tough fight.
Good
Oh!
chopping right hand, and Terry Norris right here in the opening seconds has taken all the play away from the champion. I think Julian Jackson's having a lot of trouble with the speed.
Norris came out and took complete control of the action, forcing Jackson on the back foot by landing a plethora of his signature
He's giving him
combinations.
some.
A disjointed Jackson stuck to his game plan, confident in his ability to end the fight once the opportunity presented
Overhead
itself.
chopping right, and again the incredible knockout ratio of Jackson.
Oh! Hey, yo, ref! Yo, ref! Bro, was out on the first one. Oh my goodness. He was already like asleep on the rope. Goodness gracious.
And I try to just keep a positive
Jesus.
mood about myself and really go out there and try my best. Win, lose,
He
or
did
draw,
not have
I'm
to
always
take
a
those
winner.
2 other bombs, holy. Man was already sleeping.
We had a fight a little bit
Jesus.
earlier this afternoon that I think that you'd like to see just how it ended.
A rare 3 minutes of action that wasn't aired on live television came to light in recent years as Jackson took on Wayne Powell to prepare himself for a move to the full 160-pound middleweight limit.
Right hand gets through another right hand. Back in the second round, it did back Jackson off one time.
Ooh, goodness. That's... Oh, that's it, man. Jesus.
I'm just thankful this one at least made its way onto the internet. A murderous finish.
Jackson's so
Yeah,
dangerous with that right
nasty.
hand. This guy can
I wonder
punch
what the
with one of
finishes
hardest
that
punches
like
I've ever
weren't
seen done
recorded
by
look like. Damn, these are nasty.
Jackson's mission to become a 2-weight world champion saw him venture to sunny Spain to take on Britain's own Harold Bomber Graham.
Oh man, it's gonna be action from the round 1, you know, and Harold Graham will definitely be on the bike. I know that.
Bomber wasn't the best nickname to sum up the Brit's traits. He was a proud product of the Ingle Gym in Sheffield and widely regarded as one of the finest pure boxers Britain has ever produced. A defensive wizard that could switch hit out of the southpaw stance.
This is 12 from the opening round. Style of Graham in the fancy pants. Almost impossible to double up on.
He's going on him.
The art of this game is to hit without being.
Kind of crazy like, but he's getting on him.
To put it bluntly, Jackson was getting schooled. Graham was more aggressive than expected but remained defensively
my.
sound while letting his shots go on the
Oh,
inside.
goodness.
Anything seriously wrong with his eyesight, but there was with that punch. Mile away there, Jackson.
Jackson had no chance to win this fight on points. He needed to time something special to stop his man in his tracks.
He's as sharp as a tack for this one. Using every
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe that never been stopped in his career.
That was the one. Holy.
But that was a perfect punch and really
Bro, as soon as it left, it was like, that was a big one. And before he even touched it, that looked massive. Like as soon as his hand, like, oh my god.
what a punch. I can't believe that never been stopped in his career and he's out to the world. But that was a perfect punch.
Straight
and really
spun his
before he
head
hit the floor,
backwards.
he was completely
Good lord.
no hope of beating the count.
Graham needed to be perfect for 36 minutes.
Got him seeing
Jackson
backwards for a
required
second.
only
Good
1 second.
lord.
The 1990 knockout of the year.
I would think most people around ringside here would have you 3 rounds down when you landed that vital punch.
Oh, definitely. I knew I was behind. You know, I knew, but I kept on him. I kept the pressure on him. I'm coming home with the WBC Middleweight Championship of the World.
Very cool.
After defeating Robbie Sims, Michael Olajide, and the formidable Gerald McClellan, Dennis Milton, due to his crafty boxing style, was seen as a live underdog given Jackson's previous trouble with slick boxers.
If you're going to face a Julian Jackson, who is very good right hand by Jackson.
Right as the bell rings. Jeez.
Jackson looking to air it
First
out
punch
here
straight.
for the very first
Got him
round.
rocked. And holding on to the rope. Good lord.
And down goes Milton. Julian Jackson retains his WBC middleweight championship, knocking out Dennis Milton.
Jesus.
They call me the Hawk because there's a lot of chicken running from the Hawk. And I want the world to know that Julian Jackson is making his
Chicken.
mark in the
Yummy.
boxing today.
I like chicken.
Jackson was all business when he met his former chief sparring partner, Ron Collins, in the spring of 1992.
Judges are from Mexico City, and we are set to go. Round one scheduled for 12. Champion is set. The man can punch.
He just got hit. Collins just got hurt with a good right hand.
Crisp left hook. Right by Jackson. Now he comes back with right.
Oh, that guy's shorts are so shiny.
Having felt Jackson's
Going on
power
there?
many times over the years, Collins was reluctant to
silver
go
shorts.
down. Instead, he started taunting his old friend in an attempt to break him down mentally.
That with a left hook.
Collins just saying, come on. A courageous
They're trying to make him
Ron
mad.
Collins.
He ain't going to be around to hear the points if he keeps taking those right hands.
And he continues to jaw away at the champion. And Collins just talks to Jackson.
Ooh, they trading. Oh my goodness.
Once again, Collins is stunned.
He's still there, Collins, still weaving and bobbing.
Now he goes down.
No, he ain't there.
finally.
He ain't there
That
no
should be
more.
it. That's it. That is it. Julian Jackson with a big knockout. One of the things that seemed to confuse you was he kept
Went
talking
for a
to you
trade
during one
and
of
it
those
just
rounds. What was he
didn't
saying?
go his way.
Well, he was trying to get me to punch myself out. And I realized it, so I held back, you know, and I let him make the mistake.
The other guy's
After
face
his
was
loss
just
to
like,
Mike
yeah,
McCallum in
he got me.
1986, Jackson produced
It
a
happened,
clean
though.
17 straight victories, with 16 of those coming by knockout. Yet, due to poor management and promotion, he never became a star in his own right, often fighting on Mike Tyson and Julio Cesar Chavez's undercards. And as the years passed, fans started noticing a decline in the Hawk's skills. The power remained as devastating as ever, but his ability to set up shots, footwork, and overall stamina became a negative focal point, which was worrying considering his next challenge was arguably the most problematic of his entire career.
Dangerous #1 hit man in America.
Dubbed the most dangerous man in America, the G-Man, Gerald McClellan was the hottest prospect in world boxing, and according to the Kronk's Emmanuel Stewart, the most talented fighter he'd ever trained. The G-Man was on his way up. The
I'm
Hawk
not
was on
sure
the
who
way
this
down.
is.
Yet in all the years before and after,
I don't think
fight
I've
fans
ever
have
watched
never
this,
been
like,
blessed to
weight
witness a
class,
power
though.
puncher showdown of this magnitude, certainly at the middleweight limit.
Off the familiar words of
I like this time
referee Mills
especially.
Lane.
But Julian Jackson starts in a hurry, as you can see.
Oh.
Nice, good.
Oh, he caught him early. Holy.
There it is, that big right hand. Something we spoke about earlier. Using that jab, bam, the right hand over the top.
McClellan can bang, as we said. You got to look for this guy early. Here he is early.
And Jackson is rocked in the opening minute of the fight.
McClellan started fast, showing no fear, unfazed by Jackson's offensive skills. Jackson responded well, landing some hard counters of his own.
Two-time world champion.
Catching him with that left hook.
Look out.
After the first few minutes, it was clear this wasn't going the distance.
No, absolutely not. They straight throwing bombs out there. They're just gonna keep slugging it out. Trade for trade, you know.
Legs out from under you. Ooh, nice shot by Julian.
As he goes upstairs. No chance of southpaw there.
Made it to round 5 though. Oh my goodness. Oh no, he.
By Gerald McClellan almost sent him through the ropes.
He's not going to make this, Bobby. He's not going to make this.
Oh, he's up.
Julian Jackson doesn't know.
Oh
It's over.
no, he.
Mills Lane has stopped the fight.
A testament
Damn.
to his character, Jackson remained gracious in defeat. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. A quote that epitomizes the closing chapter of Julian Jackson's career.
God bless you, man.
Damn.
Jackson lost to McClellan in a scheduled rematch in 1994 before recapturing his WBC title against Agostino Cardamone the following year. Afterward, the Virgin Islander traded knockout victories with various middleweight contenders, staying true to his killer be-killed style until the very end in 1998.
I think that I give to boxing the greatest fights. The people wanted to see Julian Jackson, and I've given them 100%. I've given them all that I have. I've given to boxing 110%. Let me say that. And I don't think that I've received, you know, my due recollection, what I think I deserve from the promoters, especially the fans who were there. There was no doubt about it. And I appreciate the fans and all that, you know, came out and supported me.
It saddens me that Jackson never got his due credit being the dominant, exciting, and gracious champion he was.
That's nice word.
Editing back these fights and seeing limited people in the crowd was a visual indication that his promotional team, that being Don King, failed him dramatically in a period where boxers with a tool similar to Jackson had the potential to earn 7, 8, or 9
I'm
figure
surprised he
gains.
wasn't push mode with these
Of course,
KOs.
Don King wasn't the only problem. Being non-American didn't help, and while Mike Tyson and other top heavyweights attracted all the casuals' eyes, Jackson, among many other
Like,
talented
that really do
lower-weight
be the
fighters,
game,
had to
you
go
know?
above and beyond just to feature
Shit
on the
happens
undercards.
a lot. Especially back then.
You know, I could do it too, you know.
Can't really make a name for himself. He didn't really have Instagram.
In spite of that, the post-retirement years
no
are
way to
favored
like
Jackson,
promote himself.
particularly in the digital age we live in
It's a shame.
today. Fans
Yeah.
and journalists make videos and write articles year-round,
Right?
knowing that a potential
They
of
could go
millions will
crazy
tune in
this
and
time.
be captured by the almost supernatural stopping power that Jackson possessed. I've made boxing videos for years, covered thousands of fights and fighters, and from my personal perspective, he is unquestionably one of the greatest KO artists in boxing history, at least from the guys I've covered.
Pretty crazy.
Though that a lot of people ask me this question, that did I miss boxing or do I miss boxing? You know, do I get the jitters and, you know, getting back into the ring? And I told them no, because indirectly I'm in the ring still. I'm coaching, you know, and it feels as if I'm still in, you know, the game. And I think that really helped me a whole lot. And boxing could be a really, you know, tough sport outside of the ring as well as inside of the ring. And I've learned to respect it, and I'm trying to teach my athletes and teach my sons to respect the sport, and I believe the sport will respect them.
That was a very enjoyable video. That was crazy. That man had some ridiculous power.